Why do I feel like you get to be more relaxed than me?
Because I got this.
But it's because I have the keyboard.
It's because you got the keyboard.
I don't know. I feel like you're sitting different than usual. There we go. I was right.
Yeah. My mouth is dry.
No, mine is like too wet.
My mouth is really dry.
All right.
Too wet. Okay.
Welcome back to Gooser Reacts. Every week we dig through Reddit's strangest and most paranormal videos.
And then we try and ruin it by proving that it's just a raccoon or some dude in a sheet or your aunt dressed in a sheet or your uncle in a sheet. It could be anybody in a sheet.
Yeah, we're not ghost hunters. We're ghost haters.
Respectfully.
But respectfully, come on now.
So subscribe, share, sharpen your skepticism. Let's get into it.
First post. Our ghosts.
Melon 115210. Almost 2 years since these photos, and my family is still spooked. Captured apparition. Ooh. I'm going to try and add as much detail from this day as I can remember. Please know that I may forget a couple things, but this occurred when we were a month into having our preemie twins finally home, and we were totally on autopilot. My sister and her fiance, still boyfriend status at the time, had come out to my parents' house with their kids to spend time with my family and the twins. Our parents' house is a normal meeting point since she and I both live an hour or more away from them in opposite directions. During their trip, they decided to start clearing out the backyard weeds and overgrowth. They worked into the night when she finally took some photos of the progress and her fiance at work. My parents have a decent-sized fenced-in yard. This was either the 13th or 14th of July 2023. When she took these photos, her and her fiance were the only people out back. None of the dogs were even out at the time. Everyone else was inside, distracted with the babies and noise. She took these with her phone and didn't realize what she captured until a later time when we all had parted ways, and she immediately FaceTimed me and her mom. This is getting intense. I can try to gather more photos of the location during the day, night, and different angles, but it will take a little because I obviously don't live there with them now. For my whole life, and maybe longer, I'm not too sure, the picnic table had been in one spot and they moved it that day for the first time. She took the pictures thinking she was just getting her fiance and the table in it. Her fiance is the only person she could see, and the light is just our patio light above the back door.
This is important. It's in all caps.
Her fiance is the only person she could see.
Yes.
Okay. I will add that our dad has since put up a Ring camera facing that area, but nothing has caught our attention. My sister and I have always talk about. My sister and I always talk about. I added the have in there.
That's your fault.
Yeah. My sister and I always talk about how that house makes us uneasy, and we both have stories together and separate to add to it. Since living with my husband and kids in our house, I have never felt the unease I feel when I'm at my parents' house in certain rooms or alone. My sister's fiance is next to the picnic table in both photos, bent over.
Okay, let's look at it. Campfire.
So that's her fiance bent over at the table.
Okay.
See,
Ghostly figure.
I thought that was the apparition.
This is not?
That looks like
Okay, that's suspicious. Does that not look like a smoke mummy?
Can you zoom in?
I gotta download the photo to zoom in. Save image to downloads.
Worth it.
Save image to downloads. But that's clearly a foot. Time out.
Yeah. They swear they were the only two people outside.
Like, it's strange to me that, like, this is clearly... And there's even a shadow of a person.
Yeah. To me, what happened here was this is a really low light situation. And her boyfriend was standing really still, bent over. Okay? That's literally somebody walking there. And since the shutter speed had to be lowered so much to get enough light in the camera, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the blur of an actual person walking there.
The light isn't that low, though. There's a big old light right here.
Well, then explain why the whole body isn't blurry.
The only thing that's super clear is this one foot. This other foot is mildly clear.
Because the foot would be the least moving part of the body.
You wouldn't think their torso would be?
No, their torso's moving fast. The foot's planted on the ground.
But if a foot's planted on the ground, so is your torso. Your torso is planted in place.
It's not, because you're moving your torso to move forward. And you have to move your torso forward to move your other leg forward. You see what I'm saying?
When you walk, do you move your torso before you move your legs?
If that's how if that's how a person's gait is, then yeah.
Gait?
Gait. You don't know that word?
I know what a gait is. Is it another definition?
G-A-I-T.
I don't know that one.
Google it.
You don't want to tell me?
Google it.
You used it.
I think it's the fashion in which somebody walks. A person's manner of walking.
Never knew.
Yeah.
Okay, but look, here's the pictures. They're all feet. None of them are torsos.
That's gait phases. That's the gait cycle.
It's a gait cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then what do you think it is? Do you think it's an actual apparition?
I don't know. There's another photo. We haven't looked at the other photo yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's planted there.
So this person, they admitted, was in the photo. Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? My thing could still be correct because at a lower shutter speed, a dim light would show up like that. It would show up as extra light. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So you can't just say that's a bright light because it might not be a bright light.
Okay, but here is my position. I do not know what this is, but the fact that we know there's another person supposed to be in the frame, it is obviously the other person and it's just a technical glitch.
Yeah.
I'm not a camera expert.
I am.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. Allegedly.
Allegedly self-proclaimed?
Allegedly self-proclaimed.
No.
I do not make the rules. All right, let's look at the comments. See if anybody else has debunked this.
Whatever you say.
No lie, at first glance, I thought the background figure was a chimp on the picnic table. Forgive me, I'm sleep deprived. I was like, that would have scared the shit out of me too. Who cares about the ghost man when there's an exotic animal chilling outside?
Chimp. Yeah. Lol.
Word.
Honestly, your sister's fiance looks weirder. That's funny.
Yeah, we need people actually debunking this though.
How does it have a shadow though? See, it has. We thought
it has
that.
to be someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she just doesn't remember.
I like their name. I do good sometimes.
Yeah.
And that foot is clear and
I
focused.
like Forever Fuzzy Al.
Really? It's just probably a hairy dude.
Yeah, that's probably true. Never mind.
Hey, we've been getting different advertisements.
Hey, that's good.
It's tired of hymns. The thing at the table looks scary AF. Okay, everybody thinks that. We get it.
Yeah, but that's just her fiance.
How does a ghost have a shadow? See, if the shadow wasn't there, I would be a little more convinced.
Yeah.
Debunked.
I'm convinced that it's just a really low shutter speed.
I don't know the technical stuff enough about cameras. I just know that if you know the other person was in the yard, it's the other person.
Right.
Next one.
Debunked. All right. Apparition caught on a family photo. Figure was not there in real life. Another captured apparition. This is Timber 2077. Timber
2077.
You have a deeper voice than me. Go as low as you can and say Timber 2077.
You're putting me on the spot. Timber 2077.
It's better than me, but still not ideal. Okay. Around a year ago, I was hiking with my wife and kids in Bunya Mountains National Park in Queensland, Australia. Bunya Mountains sounds so Australian.
Yeah, say it in an Australian accent.
Hold on. You put me on the spot here.
Crikey, mate.
Crikey. Around a year ago.
No, the Bunya Mountains. That's all you got to say.
Bunya Mountains?
Okay, that was bad. To all the Australians out there, I apologize.
So sorry. Okay. It was the middle of winter, so not really the busy season in the park. We were around 2 hours into a 4-hour hike, and I saw some cool-looking sunlight rays penetrating through the forest canopy, so tried to get a photo. At this stage of the hike, we had only passed 1 or 2 other groups and had not seen anyone else for at least an hour. The day after our hike, I was looking through the photos with my kids when my daughter asked, "Who's that?" I couldn't see anything in the area of the photograph she was pointing at, so zoomed in and my blood ran cold. This woman in a black dress was not there in real life. We were walking directly to/past the point in the image where she appears, and she was 100% not there. Her clothes looked very old-fashioned and out of place for the setting. Everyone that I have ever shown the photo to has the same chilled reaction. Okay, I just want to see the photo at this point. Enough of them being sickened. Why can't we zoom?
I'll download.
No, it's okay.
Should I just cycle? Maybe they will zoom in for us.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Okay, I see her.
That looks photoshopped.
It does look photoshopped.
The lighting of that does not. You know what it looks like? A force ghost.
A forest ghost?
No, a force, like Star Wars. A force.
It does look like a force ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no shadow on the left side of her, which is suspicious.
Because look, force ghost, but not like the blue ones, but like when they colorized them in the newer movies.
Right.
But without the blue hue. Force ghost.
Force ghost. That's just a force ghost.
Confirmed.
Can
we comment that?
What? Oh! No way!
What? Force ghost, baby. That's funny.
I can't believe that's a thing.
What do you mean?
Other people had that thought.
Yeah, a lot of other people did.
Wow.
Or I don't know, at least Karma Cousteau?
Karma Cousteau. Yeah, it's the inflection. Cousteau.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But it looks totally photoshopped.
It does. Just when you think it's safe to squat and pee in a remote part of the woods, you're forever immortalized in a family picture. I'm a knuckle chut. What does that mean?
I'm a knuckle chut. I don't know. I don't even want to know what that means.
I don't know. Chut is probably a bad word in some countries. People here are dating the dress to Victorian era styles, but that's too much skin for that era. This is more 60s style cocktail dress, especially when considering the hairstyle. You know what? I looked at it. It didn't seem so out of date to me.
Yeah, like I've seen people who dress like that.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's good style, but I've seen it today.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Why are they... Does the color change in any of the trees the further you get?
Let's see. You know what, though? These leaves all kind of have the same weirdness to them.
Weird tinge.
Yeah. So does even the tree, kind of.
It does.
I think it's the poor lighting.
I think it's that it's so far away that it's just not capturing the color correctly.
What camera did they use? Did they say that it's just their phone?
I don't know, but
what phone do they have? Because look,
they also said that they walked right by that person, but if the person was standing really still, I mean, there's a chance you wouldn't notice somebody. There's a chance. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
I just think either the person was actually there or this was Photoshop, because there's something wrong with this like camera quality. There's like this blue tinge on the tree.
Yeah.
And the lighting is just all off.
Right? The sun is showing up as red.
Like even the color of this kid is just like, what is this blue coming from?
Right. Yeah. There's clearly some artifact here
Saturation.
and tint going on here.
It's weird.
I think that's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
But they said there's no person there. So do you trust them?
No.
Do you trust these Redditors?
You never can, because the person looks really far away. Did they walk all the way up there and they didn't see her walk away, or?
Right. And this person is just like, oh, great, I'm in somebody's photo. Look at how she's standing.
Yeah. They actually look horrified. Like, dang it.
You know, the more I look at it, the less it looks photoshopped in there.
Do you think they have a unibrow?
I think they just have like really deep eye sockets.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Or a really protruding forehead.
Right. But also, the more that you stare at that, the more you can see like, is that just a pale person?
I don't look like that on photos, do I?
I don't know. We'd have to test it.
I don't look like that on photos.
And you do see some shadow in the bottom left corner of her dress.
Yeah, when we zoomed out and looked at how the lighting was weird on the trees and the leaves, I no longer think this is photoshopped.
Yeah, I think that's a person.
But I'm going to go with my first guess. Force Ghost.
Force Ghost. Was there any debunking in the comments at all?
I don't know. We hadn't gotten into any. That was hard to say.
Why do our arms look like starfish appendages? LOL.
Got chopped off in post-production, so they're kind of assuming.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's mean. That's pretty terrifying. Yeah, the lighting is interesting on the figure. I know we can do almost anything with photos these days, so it's almost impossible to trust these things. Regardless, it's creepy as F. And I appreciate these things more when I treat them as real, even though I know in the back of my mind it could be edited.
Yeah, I mean, we all want to believe it's real.
Wow.
But it's not convincing is the problem.
It's not.
I think that's just a person.
I think it is real.
Debunked.
I think the person is there. I think it's a real photo. I don't think it's photoshopped. But I think it's poor lighting.
Yes.
Next. Ooh, paranormal skeptics.
Overall disaster, 4224.
Not safe for work.
Skeptics, have you had any encounters you truly can't explain? As the title suggests, to the people who are skeptical or used to be skeptical, what are some encounters you had that you can't write off as anything normal? You know what I'm going to say.
You have one?
You know I have one.
Don't bring it up.
The basketball shorts.
I knew it.
I had a pair of haunted basketball shorts.
No, he didn't.
And I can't explain it. I was in like 7th grade or something, and my buddy Cole was staying the night at my house. The only other person in the house was my mom, and my mom is dead asleep. She goes to sleep at like 7 p.m. So we're sitting in the living room. In front of the living room, there's a TV. Like we're on the couch facing the TV, and to the right of the TV is the foyer of the house, and the foyer leads into the kitchen, which is to the right of us. It's all one big loop. Okay? We're watching the tornado weather channel. The weather channel we're watching, and we're watching tornadoes. Okay? Because we're like 7th graders, which is, I don't know, in hindsight, I guess it's not that cool. But at the time, tornadoes were cool because they're just so powerful. Anyway, enough about tornadoes. We saw from the couch basketball shorts dragging across the foyer. Okay? Shuffling. They were shuffling themselves. Okay? We were freaked out. We went, picked up the shorts. We thought there's got to be something attached to these things. There wasn't. Why do you have that look on your face?
Because
I can feel it.
Because this was a pretty long story. It's like one of those long Reddit posts that I recall a comment you made, something along the lines of like, why do when they tell these stories, they give so much information?
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is my time.
And can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How old were you?
We were like 7th graders.
7th graders. Okay, so are 12-year-olds credible?
Yeah, I saw this. I saw this myself.
I'm asking as a general statement, are 12-year-olds credible?
No. However, I'm an adult now and I still believe it.
All right. People watching, take this story, make a post on our paranormal about it, and let's see if he believes it.
Okay. Yeah, do it. Anyway, we go pick up the shorts. There's nothing attached. We're freaked out. We put the shorts back. We go sit on the couch again. Little time goes by. Oh, the shorts are gone. There was a piano in the foyer. And the shorts, when we checked again, were on the piano bench. How'd they get up there? You have an answer for that? No, you don't. Okay, so we're freaked out. We throw the shorts on the ground again, and we go back to watching the Tornado Channel. We are engrossed. Engrossed?
I don't know.
Entrenched?
I just hope
We are
one day
sucking in these tornadoes.
I'm just waiting for the day for your mom to admit that she played games with you.
My mom couldn't. She's just not like that.
That's what she wants you to think.
No, she's a sleeper. And she's not sneaky. She can't be sneaky because she's deaf. Everything she does makes a ton of noise.
Fine.
So there's no way. Okay. So we go back to watching the Tornado Channel. We forget about the shorts for a little bit. And then we hear this scraping from the kitchen. Like, it was a dog bowl, a metal dog bowl, being pushed on the tile by this pair of haunted basketball shorts. Okay? I can feel you judging me.
Okay.
You gotta stop.
All right.
Okay. We're freaked out. We go back. We leave the shorts in the kitchen. Okay? We go back. We're watching the tornadoes again, but this time we're like, something is wrong here. These shorts have moved 3 times now, and that's not normal. 2 times? Maybe. 3 isn't a coincidence. And once again, we forget about the shorts. You know, time goes by. We're watching the tornadoes. We're like, these tornadoes. And then Cole is like, wait, where are the shorts? I reach over the edge of the couch, and right next to me are the haunted basketball shorts. And we were so freaked out that we went and we hid in my mom's closet for the night. That's my story. And I truly can't explain it.
What's Cole up to now?
Cole?
Yeah.
He's some deadbeat dad.
Okay. I would just like to interview him. Where's your brother?
My brother was, he was staying the night at one of his friends' houses.
Where was your sister?
My sister was in rehab.
Where was your dad?
My dad was at work in El Paso. We live in Tucson.
Are we reading these? Or are we going with yours?
We're going with mine.
Okay.
I just had to share.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody else has, the camera just died. Just in case anybody else has encountered this.
Since the camera died, now's a good time to readjust my microphone.
Yeah, all right. It's not even that hot.
I actually can't figure out why it's not staying. That's loosening. It might be okay.
Next post.
Debunked.
No! It's real, man.
All right. Our paranormal. Another picture.
Okay.
Photo taken by my aunt in
Wait. Camburger Helper.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that is a good name.
Photo taken by my aunt in 2007 of the courtroom at the Whaley House in San Diego, California.
Who is that figure?
Oh, this?
Yeah, isn't that a person?
That's clearly a person in the waiting room or the courtroom.
Yeah, and to the right, there's a person walking right there. This is another low light situation with low shutter speed.
Yeah, and that's like an incandescent bulb.
Yes. Debunked.
Like, come on, guys. What What are people saying? I'm going to need some red circles, please. Best I can do is 3. But one of them's blue. Yeah, I don't know what there is to explain on this one.
I'm guessing that people aren't allowed to sit in those chairs. And there's someone in the chair. You know?
So, is this like a museum type thing where you can't?
Yeah, I would imagine it's like a tour.
Randy kind of guy said, I've toured the Whaley House twice. The last time I took a photo of the stairs from the first floor. Later, back at the hotel, I looked at my photo on my phone, and there was a vague image of a woman wearing a long dress standing at the top of the stairs looking down at me. The time I took the photo, I didn't see anyone, nor did I sense a presence.
Are we going to really trust a Randy kind of guy, though?
No, but I feel
Any
like...
guy named Randy, come on.
I don't know a guy named Randy.
I'm just saying.
But are we going to trust a Camburger helper?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, he's a DOD welder and can't have his phone on me on the boats. Thanks for the explanation.
Who cares?
That chair is supposed to be empty. So somebody was sitting in it then?
Oh, these people are so gullible. Someone's just sitting in that chair.
Yikes, that's disturbing.
Late Gap 2089. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm too skeptic. But could you develop that? Did you go to a doctor? No, oh, never mind. There's some medical decision intelligent ant posted. Oh, now I feel bad. Low light conditions and the camera can't focus, so everything is motion blurred. There's clearly someone on the right-hand side, and the figure in the corner could be anything. A person, a distorted shadow, some piece of furniture. I agree. Upvote that. Skanking corpse. I trust you.
Knoxville born, don't trust you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Went there about 2 years ago to get a huge whiff of perfume walking downstairs. It's weird.
That's suspicious.
Believe 0017. What am I supposed to be seeing here? Do people not see it?
Looks like a male mannequin sitting to the right of the fireplace. Not natural at all. It could be a mannequin.
Yeah, or like one of those wax figures.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
At the Whaley House.
Itchy Balls sees 2.
Good eye, balls. Debunked.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to... They also don't... You know what? I think this story is important. They need some more...
Yeah, and you know what? I'm sorry, guys, because I curated this, and I didn't have enough time. So I didn't get to vet these.
It's all right.
Okay. Something in the... Izzy F70. Something in the bottom right window. Visited the Skirrid Inn today, which is known to be haunted, and took these 2 photos a few seconds apart. It looks like there's a face in the top left-hand corner of the window on the bottom right, but I think maybe it's just a reflection. They said, it's just a reflection. I wanted to share just to see if anyone could explain it away. And they're very enthusiastic. They're using exclamation points.
All right, you think they zoom in? So it's something over here? They said top left?
Top right, or bottom right.
What? I thought it was top left, bottom right. This window?
Yeah, I thought so. Did you want to...
Yeah.
Bottom
Top
right?
left.
Top left-hand corner of the window, but the bottom... Look at the title. Bottom right window.
My bad. Bottom right window. Top left corner of the bottom right window. I don't see anything.
They got to zoom. Oh, now I see something there.
I sort of do. You don't think they zoom? That's a reflection. I could convince myself it's an alien head.
I could see that being a reflection of trees to the right of the building. Are there trees to the right of the building? There are trees to the right of the building.
Yeah, let's get this on Street View. Google Street View. Wait, can we?
What's it called?
Google Street View?
Skirrid Inn.
They didn't say which state. Oh, dang it.
It also could just be a mask in there if it is something physical. But I think it's a reflection of the trees to the right.
How do I get my dude on here?
Whoa.
Where's the building in question?
That's it.
So, like...
That's pretty cool.
Okay, let's clap.
Technology's come a far way. A far way.
Look, there's even...
It's still there.
Yeah. Debunked. Look, the reflection is just kind of moved up here. Of course, depending on where the picture is taken.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Yeah, that was too easy. That's the same thing.
Yeah, the exact same thing. It's literally this, just over here.
Yep.
You guys are clowns.
Debunked.
Wait, we should comment. Look at the Google Street View.
Yeah, comment that.
Okay, wait. How do you comment? Comment. Oh, join the conversation. Oops, street. Oh,
Steet.
Street View. Should I elaborate?
Maybe a little bit. For the idiots.
That's just a reflection of the trees.
To the right of the building. But that's redundant. You said look at the Google Street View.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Good enough?
Yeah.
Please go upvote our comment.
Please.
Debunked.
Debunk. Give me something hard.
My girlfriend couldn't have known.
Dutch guy 0300. My girlfriend couldn't have known. My grandpa died before I was born. My girlfriend had a dream about him. She said she could feel him in the room. She suddenly said, he shows me his hand. He misses a finger on his right hand. Who talks like that? Who talks like that? He shows me his hand. He misses a finger on his right hand. To which I replied, no, that was my other grandfather, and it was his left hand. When we told my mom about this, she turned pale instantly. She said, you can't know that. Turns out, her father missed a finger on his right hand. There is just no way my girlfriend could have known this. Do you think they're BSing?
Yeah, it's just...
Coincidence?
Or what if there is a way she could have known it? I don't know their whole life story.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It goes back to that question. Like, do you think that people can be connected to those in the afterlife if there is an afterlife? You know?
Do I think... No.
But I feel like there's missing information. If it's just like his grandfather was serving her at a McDonald's, you know, and it's like, oh, he doesn't have a finger.
Right.
You know, first of all, it's like, don't eat that burger. There could be a finger in there. Second of all...
That happened in a Wendy's chili, but that's a made-up story.
Really?
And it was a pinky.
It is a pinky.
But it was
so it's
made up.
okay. Oh.
It was a common made-up story.
I see. Lost my train of thought, but yeah.
I'm still stuck on that quote. She suddenly said, he shows me his hand. He misses a finger on his right hand. What was that about?
You never been to a poetry slam?
Was that poetry?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you snap. My right hand is so much better at snapping than my left hand.
It's snappier.
Get it.
All right. Both your grandfathers had missing fingers. Yeah, one lost his finger. Okay. Cool. If she writes down the dream, she might be able to reconnect again lucidly. All right, come on, people.
Landrew.
That's a funny name.
Top 1% commenter, background cry 3592 says, such incidents do happen. I once had a dream about my then boyfriend before I even met him. I dreamt that he had a certain tattoo, and when we started dating, he showed me the tattoo. The exact same tattoo that I dreamt about before I even knew the boyfriend.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. There you have it, folks. This is real.
You know what? Inconclusive.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
You get us?
Yeah. Comment what I just said.
Let us know if you got that.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, we have a lot of posts to go through.
Holy cow.
This is from Lavender B0497. Something creepy happened to me last night. I was home alone last night around 10 p.m. and talking to my mom on the phone. We started talking about my grandma who passed away a little over 2 years ago. She passed 5/19/23. We were also talking about her friend's mom who had just passed away. While we were talking about this, my fan turns on out of absolutely nowhere and was blowing directly on me. I turned it off and went downstairs.
Was it pointed directly at you before it was turned on?
Yeah. I ended up having my mom come over because I was a little freaked out, and she told me that she's been getting calls from my grandma. She showed me her call log with my grandma having called her just a day after her death anniversary. She said it's happened 4 times in total. My grandma's phone is disconnected. My mom still has her phone. How do you know it's disconnected if you don't call it back, though? So I know it's very likely that someone has been assigned my grandma's number, but we were trying to figure out how they would know my mother's number. Anyway, I was a little freaked out all night. I definitely considered myself to be a skeptic, but this stuff freaks me out.
I think we should play this one out like a little scene here, and let's see if this seems realistic. Hey, Mom. I was just thinking about Grandma the other day.
Yeah?
Oh my God, my fan just turned on. Will you come over? It's pointed directly at me.
I'm on my way. Scene.
Does that make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense. And you know what also doesn't make any logical sense?
What?
The whole third paragraph, my grandma's phone is disconnected. My mom still has her phone. I know it's very likely that someone has been assigned my grandma's number, but we were trying to figure out how they would know my mother's number. It's just a coincidence. Like, that just happens. Like, there's no logical way that... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're not... These numbers ain't adding up. This dog don't hunt.
No, Lavender B.
Yeah.
0497. It's probably their PIN number. 0497. Because they were born in April of 1997.
Now we just need the rest of the numbers.
Did your mom call the number back?
No, for all 4 times she didn't answer it or call the number back because she said it was creepy in the moment.
Yeah, see, that's suspicious.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just call the number back if they've called you 4 times?
But
downvote them. Downvote Lavender B.
Okay.
That's a wall of text. We're good.
You know what? I'm over this one.
Yeah, I think that they're just idiots.
Debunked.
No offense, Lavender B, but that just happens. Yeah, it's a coincidence that they knew your number or knew your grandma's number, or actually knew your mom's number, right? But like if you're living in the same city, numbers are similar. That's just going to happen. Am I right?
I think if you have the same carrier, your numbers are going to be... Well, is the first 6 digits of your phone number the same as your first 6 digits of your dad's phone number?
Yeah.
And like your brother...
Yeah, everyone except for my brother, actually. I think my brother's a little different.
Yeah, so like same for me. But we all started on the same plan. So yeah, it's not uncommon. Yeah.
Right. And so they could all just have very similar numbers. That's all I'm trying to say.
Agreed. The house my grandfather built. Wow. Can we look at the picture?
I read that as, hello, my name is Satan. Strange Sandwich 1028. What I'm about to tell you is no fabrication. It is my exact account of what, when, where, and why this photograph was taken. To be clear, I'm a middle-aged nobody who wishes to remain this way. I'm simply sharing a family story. This will be the first on any platform. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the picture first.
Middle-aged nobody It's everybody on Reddit. Okay, house. Reflection.
I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing. Oh, is there eyes there? Is that really what they're talking about?
I don't know what that is.
Maybe we need to read it. Okay. What a wall of text.
Jesus.
Okay. I read the first paragraph. So some of my earliest memories of my mother are of her telling me the story about the house that she grew up in with her 9 brothers and sisters, Mormons, and my grandmother and grandfather. This was a 2-story cabin-like structure built by my grandfather in or around 1945, Hagerstown, Maryland. According to Mom, the materials used to construct it were that of a demolished church. And of course, the newly completed house was haunted. Bad according to my mother. I can't detail all the paranormal encounters she told me about. I will detail some later. So when I was 7-ish, my mother, father, and I had gone to visit my grandmother. 6 years previous, my uncle had built Gramsci. Yo, broski. Have you seen Gramsci? 6 years previous, my uncle had built Gramsci a new house roughly 30 yards south of the old cabin. Gramps died at age 42, by the way, anywho. Yeah, okay. Anywho kind of makes it sound like they want you to bring it up. Like, can you bring it up and say, I'm sorry that your Gramps died at 42?
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Gramsci, broski, anywho.
Yeah.
It's like those aren't the same.
Okay, so we arrive at Gramsci's. I'm happy to see. Gramsci's happy to me. The adults. Is Strange Sandwich actually just Dr. Seuss? So we arrive at Gramsci's. I'm happy to see. Gramsci's happy to me. The adults talk, murmur, eat. And we eventually all stroll over to the old cabin making idle chit-chat. I remember now it's grandmother, asking me about school. So we were standing there, and that's when my mom said, Mom, what's that in the window? Oh, those are just curtains, my grandmother replied. Mom, as she proceeded to name my uncle, cleaned out that house completely 5 years ago. My mother replied, I didn't see what they were talking about. I was looking up at my dad. He was winding up his 35 millimeter camera up, which fascinated me at that age.
Which? His name's Sandwich, isn't it?
This guy's writing is bugging me. I remember the sound, click, crank, 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 click. Just then my mom said, let's go inside, and we did. I remember this vividly. It was all wood. Floor, wall, ceiling, staircases, dusty, and nothing. No, nothing. No curtains, curtain rods, not a pebble on the floor, just dust. I remembered the smell. So we quickly got out and walked back to the same spot, and nothing was there. We all stood in silence. I didn't know why at the time, so we left. Grandma always dismissed the ghost stories my mom and the uncles would tell. Well, now I'm just messing up. Hogwash, she would say. So, Mom, Dad, and I drove back to Baltimore in our green Ford Pinto.
Don't laugh.
Don't laugh. Sorry. We had a blue one, too. And my dad let me watch him develop the film that night in his basement darkroom. I watched it develop slowly in the tup of what the fuck chemicals was 9x11. Then I saw it. It horrified me at first, but I then became fascinated with it. I'm biased, I know. And after all these years, I'm not sure what to think. This a blow I had made years ago. Unfortunately, it's all I have until a certain relative kicks it. Open to polite questions, be easy.
He did not describe the photo at all. What am I looking at?
I hope there's some clarity in the comments because this was just a great story to read.
I think it's a tree in the reflection. The dark tree in the woods makes anything else look like a silhouette, which makes people think it's something in the actual window. So I don't really see anything here. I mean, there's sort of something here. Sort of. You could convince yourself of something there. But I just convinced myself it's something in the house.
I am at a loss. I don't get what they're even looking at. It looks like a shadow, like the shadow of the tree on the window or something.
This dude is on something.
Yeah, seriously.
Debunked. I don't even know. I've never looked at it that way.
They said, I think it's a tree in the reflection. The dark tree in the window makes anything else look like a silhouette. Well, yeah. Since it's a dark tree, it's a silhouette.
He's never looked at it that way, though.
Strange Sandwich isn't the brightest, is he?
No.
Is there anything else there?
Sorry, my microphone. I'm having issues. Okay. Oh, collapse. What exactly did you guys think it was? It looks like a broken window or some glare.
Now it's going to be all quiet because you're so far.
It's been like this for a long time.
Uh-oh.
I know.
It's going to be staticky in post.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know where it needs to be adjusted because it's like here.
We just need a new boom stand.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I've already worried about it.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're going to have to separate the audio so we could fix this one.
Oh, look at this. Repulsive lime. Looks like one of the fair folk. AKA an elemental spirit. To be specific, it looks like an ugly one, which is what gnome or goblins are based off of. Of course, it could just be a pareidolia if one wanted to science their way out of it. But windows are symbolic, like water. It is not unlike a door or entrance to the unseen realm. That's my kind of answer.
What's a pareidolia? I
don't know what a pareidolia is, but this seems like a trolling answer off of ChatGPT like I do.
They just spelled it wrong.
Psychological effect of observing human faces in inanimate objects. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I like that word.
Me too. Is that the last post?
I think so. Wait, I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't really debunk it, but that's their fault.
Their story didn't really add to any of the photos, and the photos could just be chalked up to curtains in the window or reflection.
Yeah.
Debunked.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you like this one, subscribe. If you didn't like this one, comment.
Let us know.
Say something really mean, just not about our bodies. Or if you like this video, you can also give us a thumbs up. You can also ask for my Venmo and send me money directly.
Don't ask for mine. It's at... I don't know my Venmo.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Peace.
Cut!